talk session tonight. Tonight we are going to have another educator from different part of the world, and tonight we are going to have our 163rd session with our guest from Ethiopia, and he is associate professor of TEFL at Jimma University of Ethiopia, Dagne Tiruneh Dinsa. And I'm waiting for him to join. When he comes, we are going to start our live session. Yes, he is here for the session. You need to accept it, Dani. You are in the session. I've sent you the request. Or you can send me also request, Daniel. Let me do it again. Yes, just a moment, Daniel. I hope we can do it now. There he is. Yes. Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, but we have already known each other.
Yeah,
Daniel, it's great to see you, man. It's great to see you, Daniel.
great to see you.
Okay, so it's wonderful to see you here. And Daniel, before starting our live sessions, Daniel, I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for teacher talks. It's really great honor to have you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be invited.
It's really great to have you here tonight. Okay, Daniel, I know that you are very busy, and we are all very busy. So if you are ready, we can start. Can we?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I know about you, Daniel. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences too?
Okay, my name is Dagne Tiruneh. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm an associate professor of TEFL in Jimma University, Ethiopia, and I have been teaching English language for the students at different level for the past more than 15 years. Currently, I'm
Mm-hmm.
teaching at Jimma University. Uh, English language to different students, different level of students, like for example, Ph.D. students, master students, and undergraduate students. In addition to teaching the class, I also involved in the research and supervising the students of such paper.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel. Daniel, what was or were your turning point or points in your own education?
Yeah, education in general has different steps, and also in different situations in the contexts, you have to go through different ups and downs. If you take myself, I started my teaching profession as a diploma holder, and I was
Uh-huh.
assigned to teach secondary school in a remote area in the eastern part of Ethiopia. So after that, I have to go to my PhD degree for an advanced standing program. And then I went to Jimma, I went to Addis Ababa University for master's degree. Then
Mm-hmm.
I joined my PhD in University of South Africa. So
I see.
in these all processes, there are different challenges. So success in education requires you to be patient in all the challenges that you face in life. Therefore, the turning point is like strength, stamina, and the patience in the situations that you have to undergo in order to succeed in your ambition.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dania. Thank you. All right, and Dagne, I know that you have been teaching for a long time, and I'm sure that during this teaching time, you have tried different methodologies, different strategies, and different techniques in your lessons. And you have, so you have kind of a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching, Dagne?
Yeah, what I believe is that teachers in the classroom should not be seen as the only source of knowledge. He should not be someone who is going to pour down knowledge into the student's mind by making them passive recipient of the information that he or she provides. Rather, teachers
Uh-huh.
have to make their students active in the classroom. So developing learning autonomy is the important thing. Therefore, teachers have to make their students uh, self-reliant and responsible for their own learning. Therefore, I believe in the classroom in which students play active role by taking responsibility for their own learning. Therefore, as teachers, we have to pave the graph. We have to create conducive situation in which students play active role in the classroom. Teachers have to develop discovery learning, developing learning autonomy, making the students the center of the learning process instead of just making oneself the only source of knowledge. So I believe that what the students bring to the classroom is important rather than what teachers usually brings to them. So teachers have
I
to
see.
also build on their background knowledge. Using the students' background knowledge is one way of making the students autonomous and also making the classroom interactive and active in the teaching process. So students
Mm-hmm.
should be the center of the teaching learning process.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Dagne. Thank you. Okay, so you know, to tell us about your philosophy of teaching here, and you know that we are educators and we have a lot of stories, some bad stories, some good stories, and some failed stories and some success stories. Can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours, something inspirational, if you have?
Yeah, like if you take my context, English is the language which is classroom confined. Out of the classroom, the students do not have the opportunity of using the language at large. The English language is the medium of instruction starting from secondary school, that's grade 9 to tertiary level.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the primary level, the students' mother tongue is the medium of instruction. When they leave the educational institution, the students do not have the opportunity of learning or speaking the language. The community outside of the classroom use the mother tongue or the local language. The official language is also the local language. Therefore, teachers are responsible for supporting the students to be proficient in their English language. Therefore, my success story is when I first joined the school as a teacher, the students had a very serious problem of English language. They did not have, because of the fact that the area is very remote, teachers
Mm.
do not work at the time. After teaching for 2 or 3 months, they leave the school and go to the place where they think is better. Therefore, I had to stay there for 2 years by being patient with the situations that are not convenient to be there.
Oh, I see.
My best and supported them. I created a love for English language in the students because of lack of teachers and because of the poor ways in which they were learning. The students were in a much hatred about English language when I went to the classroom. So I used different mechanisms, different strategies, just giving them special support in tutorial, identifying the students who are a bit weaker, and arranging additional class for them. This way, I created a lab for English language, and all of them were changed in a few months. Therefore, the result that I saw because of the commitment I had by sacrificing my time made me proud because I saw good change in the students. Therefore, teachers have to be responsible in supporting their students. They have to be committed. They have to be patient with the situation that they have.
I
Therefore,
see.
the result that I saw the students always make me proud. And most of the students that I taught there for the first time are now in a very high place. Some of them are out of Ethiopia. Some of them are medical doctors, specialists in different fields of medicine. Some of them are professors. Therefore, you don't have to give up when you face challenges and when you are supposed to work in the situation that is not convenient and that you think you may not be profitable or successful. Therefore, patience, hard work, commitment makes person successful.
Wow, thank you very much for sharing these stories with us, Dagne. Thank you. Great. And we always say that we are educators, and we need to have some qualities and skills, okay, to teach, right, in the classroom. So when you think this, what are the most important qualities and skills that an English language teacher should possess for you?
Yeah, like I said, uh, we teach students for them to use the language. Therefore, learning or teaching a language is using the language. Therefore, teachers have to develop the skills that give the students exposure and access to the language in such a way that they can use it outside of the classroom. Therefore, the activities, the tasks that teachers bring to the classroom have to have relationship to the real life situations. Therefore, the teaching of the language should be meaningful. Where do the students use the language that they learn in real life? How can we relate our lesson or our methodologies to the outside world is the main thing. Therefore, whenever we teach the students, we have to think of how they are going to use the language. Can they really, can the lesson that I teach in the classroom, or does the methodology that I use in the classroom help the students to use the language in real life situation? Does it help them to communicate well in different situations? Therefore, teachers, when they teach, the methodology that they utilize to teach the classroom has to have connection to the real life situation in which language is used for real purpose. Therefore, making the students the center of the teaching learning process, making the teaching live, like and utilizable, the more important.
Mm, I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel. Okay, and this 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 thing, I think, for uh it's different for everybody. That when we wake up every day, we have to go to work, we have to go to our schools, and we have to go somewhere. So when we think about that, and every day we go to school, okay, but we need to think that we need to find a kind of the motivation to go there. So when you think about this, what is your biggest motivation to go to work every day, or to go to school every day, or every
Yeah,
week, let's say?
right. Like the most important thing is teachers are engineers for the future generation. Therefore,
Exactly.
you are responsible to mold the future of your nation. Therefore, your main motivation should be what you are going to invest in your students. You have to think of what they are going to be, since
Uh-huh.
they are the leaders of the country in the future, since they are going to be responsible and move their country forward. The main thing is, what am I going to invest in the future of my students? Therefore, the
Exactly.
main motivation I have is, how can I make my students better citizens for my country? How can I help them? What are the gaps, the knowledge that they have, and how can I bridge that gap? How can I make them the better citizens for my country? The most important thing. Therefore, since you are there to shape the students and their future, the main thing that has to motivate you is, what are you going to invest in them? Where are you taking them to? How can you support them? What are the gaps that you are supposed to bridge in the life of your students in the arena of academia? Therefore, the
I
main
see.
thing that motivates me is, how can I help them? How can I help my students? How can I mold and shape their future?
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel. And so what I'm gonna ask you, we try to create something, or we try to do new things and new projects. for the future. Okay, so have you got any projects right now? And if you have, can you tell us about it and what's the aim of your project?
Yeah, personally, the project I have is a small project. Particularly, we have academic research staff research project there.
Uh-huh.
So in that project, I do problem solving
Hmm.
research on language teaching and learning, language acquisition, research that is supposed to identify the problems that English language teachers are facing and how can better solution be recommended, identifying the problems and recommending others to work on the solution or suggesting something. That's one thing. Other thing is there are different projects, like for example, currently, I am giving social emotional learning, which is under the Kimful project, which is sponsored by the U.S. Embassy.
I
Therefore,
see.
in this Kimful project, in the social emotional learning program, we are teaching the students different skills that will shape their education and so their life. There are different projects, small projects. Personally, at the university level, we usually write proposals, develop, and research for staff research on language teaching.
Hmm. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dania. And Dania, if I'm not wrong, or actually, as you know that you and I, we have attended TESOL exchange program this year, and we were together in the USA. And when you think about that, what was the best takeaway from there for you?
Oh, yeah. My goodness, it's very huge. As you know, we learn it a lot. For example, when we visited the education institution there, different areas, how they were, like for example, wellness center. When we visit San Diego State University, how the students are learning, what the teachers are doing to make the students responsible for their own learning, the way teachers design lessons in such a way that learners do activities in a way which they encounter in their life situation. These all things are there. The way the students are molded, the way they are treated, the way the teachers are doing to support their students, the commitment of the teachers, the commitment of the students to discharge the responsibilities that are given to them by their teacher. These all are very important. I learned a lot from there. Therefore, in most of the classes I'm teaching now, I'm trying to utilize the activities that I saw there, the experiences that we shared from San Diego State University, Wellness Center, and other areas we visited.
I got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anya. Okay, so when you think about this, how has TESOL affected your educational progress? And what should people do to take part in this program?
Yeah, I'm very much impressed with the knowledge and the skills that I got from that program. I considered myself as a lucky person because I was destined to meet with scholars from around the globe. So the skills, and I have been trying to give trainings to the teachers here. Particularly, I was encouraging them to be even to write proposals and to be part of that program. So I learned it a lot, particularly the presentation that I attended on methodologies, research related to methodologies, uh, different areas of language assessment, and also using artificial intelligence, chat GPT. These all things have shaped my life very much, and I also have been trying most of them since I came back. And also, I have been encouraging my colleagues, my academic staff who work with me. I was also giving them orientation for them to be part of the program, write proposals, to attend programs, even live and virtual programs. And also, I inform them to write proposals and the same so that they may get the chance of going there. Therefore, I am impressed with the activity that I saw there, the professors that I made there. activities that we were involved in there. I'm really very much thankful for the program that we attended there.
I see. Okay. Thank you very much, Dagne. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so and what I'm going to ask you, there are a lot of new teachers all around the world, and they're planning to become an English teacher, as you know that. What advice would you give to new or aspiring English language teachers who are just starting their teaching careers?
Yeah, my advice is that English language teachers are a backbone of education, I can say, particularly in countries or universities or educational institutions where English language is used as an instruction. Whatever academic discipline students learn, the knowledge of English is very important. Therefore, becoming English language is a base for someone to mold the future of the people. If someone is good at English, he can read and understand any academic subject or discipline that he learns. Therefore, I encourage English language teachers by informing them that they are responsible for the generation. Therefore, not
Exactly.
only enabling to speak English language or to use the language for communication, but they have to be able to empower their students to be successful in the academic world in different disciplines. Reading and understanding requires English. Speaking and making oneself understandable and understanding others when they present, these all require English language. Therefore, someone who plans to be English language teacher has to prepare himself to make himself ready or herself ready to shoulder the huge responsibility he's going to be given.
I see. Thank you. Great. Thank you for your advice, Danya. Thank you. Okay, Danya, the time flies, and that you can't stop the times and the years, as you know that. So how do you see yourself in 10 years? Will you still be a teacher or trainer, or will you try another job or jobs?
I don't think I'm gonna leave this profession because it's the profession in which I have invested. I have done many things. I've prepared materials. I've developed experiences. I think I'm going to be. I continue to be English language teacher. I involve in teacher education, helping others teachers who are emerging now, new teachers like you said, and also from veterans as well. Therefore, I don't think I'm gonna leave this profession.
Great. It's okay. Don't do that. We need you. We need teachers like you, Daniel. Great. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes we face difficult situations. Okay, and to cope with or deal with that situations, we say, "Oh, I wish I could have that superpower so I could easily solve my problem," or "I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so again I could the sort it out my problems easily." When you think about this superpower in your classrooms, if you could have one actually to use in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you? Superpower.
Superpower. Okay, this
Yeah.
is a difficult question. Yeah, superpower, and I like, for example, people encounter different problems in life. In their walk of life, people come across different problems. When they face problems and the challenges, people devise different mechanisms to overcome. They think of different strategies and ways. Therefore, whenever you encounter problem, you have to think of ways, like for example, first of all, you have to think of the causes. What are the root cause of the problems and the challenges I'm facing? How can I overcome them? What are the strategies and the mechanisms that I have to utilize to overcome the problem? So this
I
can lead
see.
us to success, and they also help us to overcome the challenges and the problems that we face in life. So superpowers don't come for teachers. Superpowers come from the way they prepare themselves for the activity that they're interested to. Like for example, see, so long as you are responsible for the generation, you are always reading. You are doing different. You are trying different methodologies and strategies. Again, you share experience from people who are senior to you in age and also in their profession. Therefore, reading, preparing oneself for the future, moving yourself forward, and evaluating and reflecting on the ups and the downs that you have gone through, and evaluating what have gone wrong and what have gone right is also important. Therefore, superpower comes from the skills and the strategy and experiences that one utilizes to improve himself, to cope up with the challenges that he or she faces in order to move
I
forward.
see.
Otherwise, there is no supernatural force that comes from heaven to support us.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel. Okay, so Daniel, when let's think that we finished the interview when you step outside your home and find a lottery ticket, okay, that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do? But
Come
be
again.
honest. Be honest.
Can you say it again?
Sure. We finish the interview and you step outside the home, all right? And when you walk, you find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do? But be
Uh,
honest.
sorry.
Be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay. First of all, I have to think of how the dollar came about. Where is it from? How did it come? Do I deserve it? What did I do to achieve that one? Did I invest any effort? Did I exert any force or any effort on that one? If I don't think that it's not something that I deserve, or, or it's not something that I'm invested in, I feel nothing. Like for example, getting $10 million all of a sudden without expectation, without doing anything that leads to that amount of money. I don't think I feel something. It's kind of, nightmare or dream or something. Yeah.
I see. Okay. It's great. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, the time flies, and now I'm gonna ask you my last question, Daniel. Ready for it?
Sure.
Okay. What is your motto?
Uh, my motto is commitment and effort is the base of success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
commit yourself to something, whatever you do, be honest to yourself, then success comes from that one. Success
Mm-hmm.
is not something that someone can achieve or by simply daydreaming. Therefore,
I see.
yeah, success depends on the efforts that you make and the commitment, and that making efforts important, or it's the base for one's life success in whatever discipline you are in.
I see. I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel. All right. And
Thank you.
that's all my questions, Daniel. And before ending our live sessions, would you like to add anything else?
Thank you very much. I'm very much impressed to meet you after a few months since we're separated in Cali, Tampa, Florida, after the TESOL convention.
Exactly.
I hope
Yeah.
we keep in touch. Since then, we have been doing many things. We have been trying to use the experiences that we have got from that one. I hope we shall meet and we shall continue together, working together. And I hope we shall meet next year as well in TESOL 2005, 2025.
Why
It's
not?
going to be in San Diego, California. Hope to meet you there.
Yeah, I hope we can go there together. Okay, thank you very much, Dagne, and I would like to say thank you very much one more time, and for your advice and for your suggestions, and especially the most important thing, for your time. You spent your time with us here. Thank you very much, Dagne. Okay,
Thank you,
and
Volkan. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for the precious time we spent together. Have a good time. Keep in touch.
great, great. And Dagne Tiruneh was with us tonight with Teacher Talks 163rd. Okay, and we had a fruitful session with him. we are going to be here next week on the same day at the same time. As you know that every Monday at 9 p.m. we are going to be here with different educators from different part of the world. And until the next time, please take care of yourselves and take care of yourself, Dagne. All right. And wherever you are, okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And until the next time, as I said before, thank you very much
Bye-bye.
and take care of
Thank
yourself.
you very
Bye
much. I
bye,
appreciate it.
everybody, and
Bye-bye. Have a
peace.
good time.
Bye.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Volkan.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.
Bye.